Oh, what a way to start the show.
I was like, I was looking down on my phone. I go, what happened?
I fat fingered it.
How you doing, man?
Not too bad. Still cold.
Must be nice, dude. It's nice and warm here already.
Oh,
How are you? You good?
Yeah.
Man.
Welcome back to Cover to Cover. We're gonna talk some Eagles tonight. Contrary to Mr. Lebowski, I am a fan of the Eagles. I do like the Eagles. I like a little bit of what they put out over their career. I hate the tumultuous relationship that the band had with Glenn and Dawn having that mentality of it's their band, which, you know, to be honest, it was their band, but I didn't care for the way they treated a couple of the founding members, you know, like Bernie Ledden and Randy Meisner and so forth. But I guess it is what it is. They still put out great stuff. But tonight we got Hotel California. I always put an in there, and there's no in there. It's Hotel California. This was their fifth album. And I guess I never realized this came out after the Greatest Hits album.
Is that true? Is that right?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, the Greatest Hits album came out. I think it was 70. It was early 76, I believe.
And this was 77, right?
No, this came out in 76 as well.
Oh, okay.
But, it came out at the end of the year, so almost 77. But the Greatest Hits came out in February, and this came out in December. It was released.
So they put out a Greatest Hits album after 4 albums?
Yep.
Pretty big fucking egos on this band, huh?
Yeah. Well, see, some of that was I don't know if I want to say inspired, but it was a lot of had to do with the record label.
Okay.
And for those that don't know, David Geffen, who went on to form Geffen Records and produced all those bands in the 80s that we know, he founded Asylum Records, which is what this record came out on. And there's a really good documentary on Netflix. I watched it the other night. I learned a lot about it. I didn't realize how much David Geffen was involved in throughout his career. And I didn't realize he's a pretty don't fuck with kind of person. He knows what he's getting after, and he goes after it and gets it done. Which I guess when you're you got to be a shrewd businessman in that field. But I think I don't want to say for sure that it was one of his ideas that it would sell, but I mean that greatest hits. It's one of the top selling records of all time.
All time, exactly.
I think it might be the top selling. But the it's followed pretty close by this record. This was their most successful studio album.
Yeah, that greatest hits is like one of the greatest selling albums of all time, if not.
Yeah.
Right. It's
Yeah,
one of the.
I think it's on top of the heap, but
it might be on the number one, right?
Yeah, I think it is. But I mean they were one of the driving forces of the 70s too.
Yeah.
And along with this being their fifth album, it was the first album of Joe Walsh. I mean, talk about bringing in some star power from the James Gang, and he already had a couple. I think he had 2 or 3 solo albums out by 1976. So they brought in some star power into the band to replace Bernie Leadon, and who in his own right is an incredible guitarist. Kind of a different feel to him. They brought Joe Walsh in, and Bernie had kind of a country rock style, and Joe Walsh was a straight blues rock and roll guitarist. And with this album, it kind of, I think it played very well with some of the stuff that Felder was playing as well.
It's almost like they brought in a free agent. They were like a football team, and they brought in Tom Brady or some shit.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Deion Sanders. It was San Francisco in the 90s, and hey, you know what? Let's bring in Deion. Let's see what he does. And then Deion went to Dallas. It was the same thing over again. It was like, yeah, you know what? Let's bring in Joe Walsh, a free agent, and let's see what happens.
And this was also the last record for Randy Meisner, who was later replaced by Timothy B. Schmidt from Paco. So it's like, just like you said, they're bringing in all these
heavy hitters
to flesh out the band.
Yeah.
I believe they had a keyboardist too that was incredibly experienced in the industry. I can't remember his name, but it was produced by Bill Simsick, who's kind of a veteran in the industry, and they went to Criteria and the record plant, and he was more comfortable in Florida producing, and the band didn't really want to leave California to do the record, but he sort of convinced them to do so. But while they were recording, I thought it was funny. I don't know if you read that about Black Sabbath was recording Technical Ecstasy in the next studio over.
No, I did not.
Yeah, they had to stop a few times in what they were doing because it was too loud.
Wow.
Coming from the next studio.
In
fact, they had to re-record.
Right. Can you imagine how not being, let's not say you were in one of those bands, but just working at that studio? Oh my God. And you had those two bands recording at the time. That's crazy.
Trying to find where it said that recording. When they had to re-record the song Last Resort, which is the last track on the album, because of the noise. Led Zeppelin's like the premier heavy metal band, and so they're going to play it loud.
That is awesome, bro. Hey, real quick, man, I've gotten into arguments. I'm really today. Jim and Little Bo couldn't make it today, and I kind of bummed out about it, because he's not an Eagles fan. Not that I'm the biggest Eagles
Right.
fan, but I've gotten into. I wanted to hear his take on this, and because me and 90 have gotten into it, because you're either Team Eagles or Team CCR, pretty much, right? Those are
Right.
the two.
Right.
So
That's
I really wanted to hear that tonight, man. So I'm Jim, you're missed. It's a bummer you can't make it, but we understand, dude.
Incredibly. Yeah. As he'll be back.
Yeah, definitely.
I also I wanted to for anybody watching this, I wanted to keep our friend Cookie and his family in your thoughts. He's having some family health issues, and want everybody to keep him in your thoughts.
Yeah.
That being said,
what's up, G?
Yo, G-Man. I forgot what we were talking about.
We were talking about them recording.
Oh yeah, the recording, and that you said about imagine being the people in the studios.
Oh my God!
I mean, unless you're a newbie, it's probably. I would think it would be old hat.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But still, dude, you might be used to it and all that, but man, just stopping for a minute and thinking about it, and you might be over. It's like, wow, dude, is this really happening? It had to be amazing.
And think about it years later and go, man, I was really fortunate.
Yes, dude.
That would be amazing.
I can't believe that really happened. I was there,
I was there when the Eagles had to stop recording because Black Sabbath was too loud.
Bro, and then to think they were recording Hotel California.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, a massive record.
I was
two number one singles. Two number one singles.
Just an amazing, but it's just, dude, if you just go on the jacket of the album, right? The cover of the album was
right,
almost mystical, right? And then just that one song, Hotel California. I was 8 when this album came out. And I remember my older cousins, Hotel California. It was almost like, dude, it was like almost mystical, that song, right? And it was like, dude, this is just so freaking good. Even at the time, they knew how good that song, just that song. And then the whole album that came with it. I mean, my son Ryan, I think when he was like 6, listening to me playing music and all that, Hotel California was his favorite song. He would tell Poppy, play it for, let's hear Hotel California. Because even at that age, he was like, dude, that's different, dude. That's a whole different kind of song, right? And it's still an amazing song. It still hits me with that.
Oh yeah, and talk about not just the title track, but the album opener.
Oh, it's crazy.
I mean, I guess think about some of the albums that are like that have album openers like that, and we've done them on the show. That
a lot. We talk about it a lot,
and I guess it's all about intuition, maybe, as far as placing the track list.
My God, but it's okay. You know what? I might be totally wrong, but this is the way I see it. Okay, Hotel California first. I compare it to Comfortably Numb, right? It's kind of that, with the imagery and all that stuff, that amazing guitar solo, all that. And Comfortably Numb is like what, 3rd song from the end, 4th song from the double, from the wall. It's it that song hits you when you don't expect that song when you're listening to that album, and then it's like that starts and it's like, oh my God, this song hits you the minute you start the album.
Yeah.
Dude. It's great. It's
Yeah.
you get punched right at the beginning. It's like, what was that?
Yeah, the second you drop that needle.
The needle, exactly.
Yeah. On the dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair. I mean, I was reading they were talking about writing it and they were looking for that the cinematic aspect.
Yes.
They wanted the song to unfold like a movie.
And I read that part and they're totally on, bro.
Yeah. I never thought about it that way until I read that, and then the next time I listened to the song, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
It's a freaking what an awesome movie that would make, too.
Yeah. Warm smell of colitas raising up through the air.
Right?
It's like you're almost like you're driving through the desert and you come up to the Hotel California, and then it's like, oh, dude, it's just amazing. It's just amazing, dude. And the thing is, the rest of the album is good as well, dude. It's not like that one, it was not like a one-hit wonder. It was just like the album keeps flowing. It's crazy.
Yeah. I thought about it too. I've heard songs on this album, but half of the album I've never heard. So I've never heard this album by itself. I've never,
Same here, dude. I was like, dude, I didn't know the rest of this. I didn't know all these songs were on here.
Like Wasted Time.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful song. And it's got a reprise too. Who doesn't love a reprise?
Just amazing.
Do we want to get into the cover first?
Whatever you like, dude. How about the sales? How much?
All right. The sales. I need to find it.
I read all the thing about the sales. It was Hotel California was record of the year, but it didn't win album of the year, right?
Right. Yeah, it was nominated for 5 Grammys.
Right.
And it won record of the year for Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other best arrangement for voices on New Kid in Town?
Okay.
Which that's another phenomenal song.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But the other 3 that didn't win were best pop, vocal performance, album of the year, and producer of the year.
Okay.
Which probably neither here nor there for Bill Szymczyk, but he probably should have won it. I don't know who won producer in 1978,
but did you see who won album of the year? Dude, it's just freaking heavyweights.
Yeah, who the hell was it?
Rumors.
Yeah, Rumors. It was Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, Fleetwood Mac.
I mean, another band with kind of similar turmoil.
Just a tad. It's different turmoil, but it's turmoil nonetheless.
Yeah,
right?
Different turmoil.
Yeah,
and it's amazing that album for Fleetwood Mac and this album for the Eagles was kind of the door opening to, we'll call it the demise, the slow decay and breakup of both bands.
Yeah.
So it's like, what it's their biggest album, but in a way it's kind of their
death knell. Yeah, it's their peak, and it was all, that was their peak, and there was just
right.
Yeah. Check out Jackson Roy Kirk's comment.
Nice. Very nice.
Great first LP. One of your first LPs. Definitely.
Yeah, and it was released on vinyl, cassette, which I didn't know they were releasing public cassettes publicly in 1976. I didn't think that was till like 78, 79. That was news to me. And 8-track. There was another format that they were going to release it on, but it fell by the wayside. Quadraphonic.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is.
Did you ever have 8-tracks?
My parents did, and I was tasked with burning them. And if I had known what I was doing at the time, I'm pretty sure my dad had Bob Seger's what's the album? Night Moves. I'm pretty sure he had it on 8-track, which is, but it's good. It's okay. I have it on vinyl. So,
dude, my first stereo that I got for Christmas one year, dude, it was 8-track. You know, I had that turntable.
Mm-hmm.
I had it was all in one, and it was a Zenith, and it had 8-track, man. And dude, when you're like, I think I was like 8 or 9 when I got it. What a pain in the butt 8-track was to learn when you're 8 or 9. And I would just be hitting it, and it would just be, I could not figure it out for the longest until I finally got it, bro. It still never made sense to me as a kid. I'm so happy that it moved. Really, I was at the tail end of that, man, because they were pains in the butts.
Yeah, I had my parents had vehicles when I was a kid. They had vehicles from the 70s. They had
with the 8-tracks?
With the 8-tracks. And they had an adapter to play cassettes in them.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I remember I had an adapter when CDs first came out, and I had the little Walkman, and then you would have the tape, and you would have to stick in the cassette tape, and then there was a wire coming out the tape, and that went to the CD player, and then that's how you got to hear the freaking CD on your radio. It's freaking crazy, dude.
Reel to reel, yeah. I follow a girl on Instagram. Her name is, oh my God, Geraldine Hi-Fi. Mm-hmm. Awesome videos. She's just young, and she collects the old equipment. Wow. So she's got a reel-to-reel machine. She's got all that hi-fi, heavy-duty sound equipment and stuff. And she does these videos where she's like, I have a 45. Let's listen to it. And she fakes like she's throwing it. It's hilarious.
It's cool.
But we were talking about it. It was certified platinum within a week of its release.
It's crazy.
Talk about selling fast. And it had sold 9.5 million albums by the end of 78. No, by July of 78. It had sold 9.5 million albums, and that's worldwide. So within a year and a half of its release.
That's crazy.
That's unbelievable.
But it also goes to they were kind of, it's an amazing album, not taking anything away from it, but it also, that greatest hits kind of like helped catapulted, you would think, right?
Right. Yeah. I believe I did read something about how the success of that album had bred more success with the band. Mm-hmm. And I've seen that with other bands where most of the time it only takes one, and they see an uptick in their previous albums.
Right.
Now it may not be as much as like these two, for example. but the lost my train of thought. This one, you know, I guess they went hand in hand, considering they were almost, well, what, 10 months apart in release. So they were close enough that they rode the wave.
Oh, definitely
with each other.
But just think about, dude, I don't know if I will call it the pressure that they had to come up with another album, because it was the greatest hits, right? But then they come up with this, a classic that stood all on its own. That says something about them, dude. They just caught magic in a bottle, dude.
Yeah, and I believe they did it right at the right time, because, like, you know, like we said, they picked up Joe Walsh,
right.
Star Power, and they just plowed through.
You know this more than I. How big was Joe Walsh when they got him in? Was he that big?
He had already had a lot of success with the James Gang.
Mm-hmm.
Now they weren't as big,
mm-hmm.
but then when he went solo, he had. Let me take a look here. He had, I think Rocky Mountain Way was already out.
Okay.
So
he was a star in his own right.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't like a massive, but people knew who he was, and he was popular. And
was it So What? So What was his first solo record. But seriously, folks, maybe not. Maybe.
I remember when he played the song in the Warriors movie. This was after. It was like, I think the Warriors were like 78, 79.
Yeah.
In the city. And I remember when I heard that song, I was like, oh my God, who is that? And then, oh shit, it's Joe Walsh.
That's what it was. It was the smoker you drink, the player you get, is what Rocky Mountain Way was on. And that was the Barnstorm Records, which is basically solo career.
Mm-hmm.
But the band that he was involved in was called Barnstorm. So that was a top 40 single. So he was, he carried some weight with him when he joined the band. Plus, they did some touring, and then, like we said, that song, I mean, it was #1 record, Grammy nominated, or Grammy award winning #1 record, and the combination of Don Felder and Joe Walsh's guitar on there,
massive.
To date, this record has sold 32 million copies.
That's crazy, dude.
Unfreaking believable.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, there's a ton of freaking remakes, covers of Hotel California. I remember I used to go to a club and they would play it was almost like a reggae, and then they would add bass to it. And dude, it was amazing. I think there's a Spanish version. Did Jose Feliciano do this? There's a Spanish that sings it in English. It's a cover. There's a reggae cover. There's a ton of covers to Hotel California, dude. It's been remade a ton of times, and And it's usually done well.
I was looking for. I can't find any recordings.
I remember I used to go to a club and they would play it there, dude. And every time, bro, everybody would get up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see.
I don't see anything here. I'd have to do further research to. Oh, wait. Notable. There it is. Notable cover versions. The Orb, Gypsy Kings.
It might be the Gypsy Kings.
Recorded a flamenco version sung in Spanish.
That is not bad, dude. That is not bad. There's a ton of them.
Oh, that was in okay. Yeah, I remember that. It was in the Big Lebowski.
In the Big Lebowski, yeah. Yes. Okay. Oh my God! That's one of the bowling scenes, ain't it?
Yeah.
Is it the bowling? Isn't it one of the big bowling? Isn't it the scene with the Jesus?
Yeah.
When he first comes out and he licks the ball and all that.
Yeah.
That's freaking from the Big Jesus. Yes, dude. There's good covers to that song, bro.
The Killers did the cover. Frank Ocean. The Cat Empire.
Dude, there's a ton, bro.
Yeah.
There's a ton. So 32 million albums?
32 million albums. And I don't know what. Might as well look that up too. The greatest hits.
Top selling albums of all time?
The greatest hits remained. Okay. Was the top selling album until 2009 when Michael Jackson passed away. And then it was surpassed by Thriller.
Wow.
But still.
Dude, it doesn't matter, dude. That's crazy.
Certifications. The greatest hits has sold 38 million. So even, I mean, it's Hotel California is nipping at its backside.
Yeah, they're like all right there, right?
Like 6 million away. So, just amazing. But like I said, they were like top 5 premier band of the 70s, along with like Fleetwood Mac.
Dude, I just looked one up. I don't know if this is up to date or anything. It has the greatest hits at number 1. It has Thriller at number 2. And it has Hotel California number 3. That's just one list. It might not be up to date or anything. But dude, they got 2 of the top 3. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's
wow. Okay. All right. So let's hit the cover.
Let me share screen.
Man, can I tell you one? Like, I just went through the top 10 on this list of top selling albums. The top 9, I'm not surprised too much. You know what number 10 is on this list?
No.
Maybe in the Blowfish, Cracked Rear View.
Really?
Yeah, man. Look.
Well,
you got it number 10. Wow.
To be honest, my sister had it. I know a lot of people that had it. So wow. It was popular.
I'm still surprised though, man. I didn't know it was that popular because I only know one song off that album.
Yeah. The one that was played everywhere.
Everywhere, dude. But I didn't know it was enough to put it at number 10 all time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But they had taken pictures of 3 different hotels because they wanted they wanted something that was going to capture that essence that they were trying to portray in the song, and I guess therefore the album. But they settled on this one, which is the Beverly Hills Hotel. And I guess I need to get back here. David, can't think of what his name is. David Alexander was credited for the with the design and the art direction by someone named Kosh. Mm-hmm. And they took the picture at not at night, but at dusk from the top of a cherry picker.
Really?
Yeah. I guess to get the right angle, because I think the Beverly Hills Hotel is like on a side hill, and I'm not positive. There it is. Found it. He shot the image 60 feet above Sunset Boulevard on top of a cherry picker. As the image was taken with an unfamiliar vantage point in fading light, most people did not initially recognize the hotel. However, when the identity of Beverly Hills Hotel was revealed, the hotel threatened legal action over the use of the image.
Are you serious?
Yes. Now, obviously, that nothing must have ever come about with that. That's the only information that's listed here. But I would think if something actually happened, it'd be more widely known. The rear of the album was shot in the lobby of the Lido Hotel in Hollywood, and then the gatefold had the band in the same lobby. Mm-hmm. Various pictures. Henley said, "I wanted a collection of people from all walks of life. It's people on the edge, on the fringes of society. A shadowy figure appears on the balcony above the lobby, which led speculations over the person's identity, which I'm sure we'll probably never know. It could have even been the producer or their manager or just some random person."
I remember as a kid, dude, and there's the connotations, with the devil and all this with this album, mm-hmm. Right? I remember as a kid, dude, that's like, that's like Satanist, or that's some, that's the devil. Nobody knows, man. It's a ghost. I remember as kids, bro, our imaginations just ran rampant, and we were like, yeah, and you would tell one kid, and then that kid, it would be like, it would just go through the school. It's, yeah, dude, this album is so wicked, bro. This album is... It was just so much fun, dude. We would just talk so much shit. Nobody knew what the hell they were talking about, but we would just make the story up, and everybody, yeah, man. My cousin's older brother told me that it was a ghost that belongs in the hotel or some shit like that, man. It was nuts. Back then, it was... I guess it's still going on. I love the composition of this album because, one, the yellow sky, but you don't get the full view of the hotel, man. It's you get the hill that's right across it, and then the palm trees break it up, man. It's gorgeous. It's the composition's perfect, and to think that they were that high up to get that shot, and it's still... They don't get the complete shot of the hotel.
Right.
It's so freaking cool.
It's almost like it's the view of the hotel as you're approaching it.
Yeah, and you're still highway. And you still don't see it. It's still a mystery about it. It's like, oh shit. Then you hear the song. You can never leave, and it's like,
yeah, you don't realize what you're getting into.
Yeah, dude. It adds to the mystery, man. Definitely, it caught the whole essence, man. I guess what they were shooting for,
Right. It goes on. They're talking about the logo. That Kosh had designed it as the neon sign, but it's not actually a neon real neon sign. It says it proved too difficult to bend real neon tubes into the desired shape of the script.
Okay.
The neon effect of the logo was achieved with airbrush by Bob Hickson, which in itself is kind of cool. You know,
If I got any critique on this, it's that sign. It's a little hard to read, right?
yeah.
It's a little hard to read.
But you can kind of you can see the airbrush.
Yeah. What I like
But
is that it picks up the color from the hotel. You see
right.
it? That's
right.
probably the best thing about it.
Yeah.
Man, and the yellow sky, dude, that's crazy.
Says they had taken additional portraits of the band that were used in album packaging that were shot by Norman Seif, which is a name I'm not familiar with. Is a photographer and filmmaker from South Africa.
It's a badass album cover. It's iconic.
Yeah.
It's iconic.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. It's iconic. The songs.
Oh, we'll talk about the chart real quick.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
It entered the charts, top 5. It entered at number 4. It quickly made its way to number 1, and where it stayed non-consecutively for 8 weeks, and then kind of started dropping off. So the album itself peaked at number 1, and it was number 1 in several countries. Charted top 50 in 2018 on its re-release, and still charted last year at 153 on the Billboard 200. So
that's crazy.
It's definitely a lingering album.
And it's what, 45 years, 44 years old? It's somewhere in there.
Almost 40, yeah, 45 years old.
Yeah.
Last year, 45.
It's crazy.
So it's kind of like some other albums, that we've done, some that are on the list. The first one that we did being Dark Side of the Moon, which historic. What was it? 15 years?
Yeah,
15 years.
Like that's freaking crazy.
So, but going into the track listing,
I'm dying to hear what your favorite song is, dude. Because it's almost too easy to say Hotel California, right?
It is too. So taking that one off there,
exactly.
I love Felder's guitar solo in that. That guy is, I think he's an underrated guitarist. And I don't know if it's because of the overshadowing of Don and Henley and Glenn Frey,
right,
or what, but I mean, he was involved in the writing of that song. So, but for me, I love Life in the Fast Lane. And that song has Joe Walsh's signature all over it. You can hear it in the guitar playing. You can hear it in, and it's about a fast car trip, basically. You know, you living life in the fast lane and everything that goes along with that. Superstardom life and so forth.
Dude, it's got to be that song, right? That song is epic. That's my favorite song on the album. You know, excluding Hotel California, but Life in the Fast Lane, that song just doesn't get the credit, bro. That song is amazing. The visuals that you see when you hear that song, bro. You see, like when you could tell they're in a hotel room when it's like you could just see it, the whole video play out. Man,
right?
It's so good, dude. That song, man. To me, it's my favorite on this album. I'm not surprised you said it as well because it's, dude, two amazing songs. And it's not like, dude, Victim of Love, New Kid in Town, dude, great songs, but dude, Life in the Fast Lane. God damn, dude, that
it's a 70s.
It's a 70s song, right?
Yep.
It's like sums up the whole freaking decade, bro. Life in the Fast Lane. It's so good.
Yeah, those opening chords that ding 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 ding.
Oh, da-dum. Oh man, it's just so good. So good.
And I've always been a fan of Don Henley's voice.
Me too.
Victim of Love, you know, definitely. But I like the Waste of Time. Just everything on theirs. I got to go back and listen to the other songs later, like Pretty Maids All in a Row.
Me too.
Because I haven't heard them enough.
Me too. I feel you, man. I know exactly what you mean.
And it seemed like every time I tried to listen to it, something distracted me about halfway through, and I'd be off in another room, and next thing I know, I was listening to that and I forgot.
Yeah. Hey, going back to Life in the Fast, dude, the line, he was brutally handsome and she was terminally pretty. Yeah. Oh, dude.
How about talk about writing?
God, that is just epic, dude. Epic, man. You should. I love that song, man. I truly, I never. That song comes on, I never change the channel, dude. I'm listening to that song. You know. Yeah. It's and if you're hearing it while you're driving, it's all the better, dude. It's perfect.
Yeah. That was the third single from the album. It peaked at number 11 on the Billboard 100. Cashbox, whatever Cashbox is, said that with the influence of six-stringer Joe Walsh, the Eagles are harder and funkier than ever here. I mean, that says it right there.
I think I read that as well. I'm sure you read it, that, you know, they went away from the country song. You know, they went a little bit more rock with this album.
It's Rolling Stone listed it as their 8th greatest song. So I'd sort of like to know what the other 7 are ahead of it. But I'm sure.
What's up, Steve? What's up, Steve? I'm sorry. What's up, Steve?
What's up, Steve? I'm sure Hotel is in there. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Desperado. I love Desperado. Desperado is a great song.
Desperado's a great song. What's the Is it Take It Easy?
Take It Easy is probably in there.
That's like that song, dude. That's
yeah.
Don't let the wheels of your own mind drive you crazy. So good.
And that was penned by Jackson Browne.
Really?
Yep. Take It Easy was.
I could see that. I could see that.
The crazy thing in regards to this album, they only released one more album and then that was it.
Really?
Yep. Long run in 1979 and then they called her quits.
Wow.
So that was their last one until Long Road Out of Eden before Glenn passed away. But
it's almost like that they lived life in the fast lane, right? And they burnt out quick afterwards.
Yeah.
It's almost like that song was prophetic. It's an amazing album, dude. As a kid, like I said, my cousins had it and I was just in awe. It was like music that I wasn't supposed to be listening to at my age, you know? it was, dude. It was.
I had an influence. My ex-brother-in-law was big into it, and he was the first person that introduced me to the greatest hits and the second greatest hits that he had both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Incidentally, I have both of them as well, and the image, the cover of that greatest hits album it's like, why is this a greatest hits album? That should be a studio album cover. It's such a great cover.
Yeah.
I tried to recreate that cover in art class and I suck. I got about halfway and I was like, I'm scrapping this. I'm doing something else.
Hey, but Steve, yeah, dude, come on, bro. It's just so freaking cool.
Yep. Slowing down to take a look at me.
I remember I was going through some shit once, dude, and I was really like, God bless, dude. How am I gonna get out of this shit? What do I do? What do I say? And it was stuff at work, dude. I remember my brother, man. He goes, dude, just take it easy, man. Just listen to Take It Easy. Don't let the wheels in your own mind drive you crazy. It's gonna be fine. And you know what? He was right, dude. I was worrying for nothing. Nothing freaking came of anything. It wasn't that freaking big a deal. It was just me driving myself nuts. And he told me to listen to that song, and I was like, dude, you know what, man? Thank you. I needed to hear that.
There it is. I was looking for the wheel. I couldn't find it. Oh, where'd it go?
Yeah, dude, can you believe we've already been on 53 minutes?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, tonight's Jim's not here. Little boat, it's gonna be like a half hour, 20-minute show.
Yeah. I was worried we were gonna have nothing to say.
You thought that too?
Yeah.
Me too. I was like, this is gonna be like 20 minutes.
We figured it out.
Yeah, we got through it. We got through it, dude. I can't believe it's already 50. Yeah, you're bringing out the wheel. Look, I didn't even have to mention the wheel. We're still
bringing out the wheel. I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
All right, hey, dude, Hotel California, bro. It's an all-timer, man. Definitely.
If you've never heard Hotel California, I mean, come on, check it out. You living under a rock?
Yeah, dude. This is Americana, right, man? It's all American. It's just a badass album, dude. And listen to the covers of Hotel California. They're amazing as well. Who picked this album?
Biggie.
Oh, okay.
Yep. He already got his package. He
made a video.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I gotta go check it.
Yeah,
he said he was going to. and then I think I fell asleep.
Yeah, he put it out. I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe. It might have been Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, I saw his Instagram post and I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit. But
yes, Jackson. Definitely.
So we got 17 albums on the wheel yet.
That's nuts. And
Plus there's like 200 albums on that freaking book yet. Not 200.
Dude, and there's still a ton of albums on here that I don't know.
Yeah.
That I haven't listened to the whole way through.
I have listened to. I own some of these. Oh yeah, I found this at an FYE. So that's
the Tom
Petty's first album, which is on here, and I've only ever heard Breakdown and American Girl. So that's going to be a treat for me.
I love those songs, dude.
To listen to.
I've never listened to that album as well. I know those songs and I love them, but I've never heard the whole album. Let's do it.
So many great ones. An album that I've never heard before is that Black Rose album.
That's a good album, dude. I told you, I think it was last week, and I was surprised when I noticed that it was on here. I haven't heard it in forever, but I got hooked on that album for a good minute. And I remember it well. I haven't heard it in years, so I'm kind of interested to hear that again.
All right. Well, hopefully, Jim and I get our wish and get some London Calling. But
let's see what we got.
Clickety click. No shit.
Wow.
Awesome. I love
it. Sanitarium.
Yeah, exactly.
Leave me be. I know this album.
So, join us in 2 weeks as we discuss Master of Puppets. Not my favorite Metallica album, and Metallica is not my favorite band either. That's another story.
But you know what?
But this album,
this is my favorite Metallica album.
It's a great album.
It's a freaking great album. I'm not the biggest Metallica. I've seen them actually twice in concert. I really freaking like this song. I love this album, dude.
Oh. Crap. I'll be right back.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Master of Puppets. I think I saw the tour for this album for Master of Puppets. I think it was. I gotta double check. I know I saw them in '86 for Monsters of Rock, and they weren't even headlining. I think it was Sammy Hagar with Van Halen were the headliners. So I am excited to hear this album again. It's been a while. Can't wait.
This album was picked by Superlit. That's someone on Instagram.
Cool.
So I will be reaching out to them and
very cool.
Let them know that their album was selected and which one it was, and they'll be expecting a package from me.
I would think Jim likes this album, but that's just me guessing.
Yeah.
It's an educated guess. We might all be in agreement next time.
We might.
Yeah, we might not. But I like it. I love this album.
Yeah. I think this was a great follow-up to Ride the Lightning, which is my favorite Metallica album. If I'm forced to pick a Metallica album, it's Ride the Lightning.
See, I don't think I've ever heard Ride the Lightning. I don't think I've ever heard it. I've heard this one a ton, and I love it.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone that popped in the chat. Jackson and Steve, G-Man. And for anybody that was watching who did not comment, thank you as well. And anyone who watches in the future, also thank you. This show's a lot of fun.
It is.
And I'm glad Raul was able to make it. Sorry we missed you, Jim. Yeah. I hope you get to feeling better. Mm-hmm. And join us in 2 weeks.
Donnie, we made it to an hour.
Yeah, we did. Why? And join us in 2 weeks as we discuss Metallica's Master of Puppets.
Sanitarium.